right, we are live. Hey, everybody, this is Bobby Cool, Daddy Slick Breeze, and have with me Jeremy Rusco, CEO of Dynamic Discs. And, of course, this is Dynamic Discs Updates with Jeremy Rusco. This is where Jeremy's going to give you some updates of what's going on here with us at Dynamic Discs, but it's also a time for you to ask questions. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We have Anthony behind the scenes. He'll grab the questions, relay them to me, and you can ask the man himself, Jeremy Rusco.
Only good questions.
Only the good questions.
Anthony only passes the good ones along anyway.
So while we work things out as far as the audio and get things ready to go, we can do we haven't talked to our audience about Glass Blown Open. So
yeah,
talk to us about Glass Blown Open.
Have you recovered yet?
I just yesterday I recovered.
Yeah, wow, what a week Glass Blown Open was. I tell you what, we put a whole lot of hard work into that event, and it was just so exciting to see 1,600 players in town plus hundreds of volunteers and spectators. And I tell you what, the town of Emporia just came alive, and the disc golf community was out and about all week, and it was something special to see. If you didn't make the Glass Blown Open this year, I strongly encourage you to make sure you get to Emporia next year for the Glass Blown Open and experience just what the whole entire week is all about. A lot of people ask, how do you put on a tournament with 1,600 players? And well, it takes a lot of courses, it takes a great staff, and it takes a community that supports disc golf. And we used 13 courses throughout the week for the Glass Blown Open and all of the events that went in conjunction with the Glass Blown Open. 9 of those courses were the courses that we utilized for, we'll call it the official event with the Glass Blown Open. And I tell you what, the one course that was really exciting to see just shine was Clover Cliff Ranch. It was our first year to use that course, and the Harshman family worked their tail off along with Mike Smith and plenty of others to make sure that course was ready, and people just found that to be the hidden gem out in the Flint Hills. So it was really cool to see everybody in town. Again, if you didn't make the Glass Blown Open, put it on your calendar for next year. We are planning on the same last week of April, so take your vacation now. I don't know if you can book flights yet, but book your flights and plan on coming to Emporia to experience everything.
Sounds good.
Bobby will be there. I'll be there. Anthony will be there.
Anthony will be there. Danny will be there.
Come see us.
Speaking of being at certain places, Mark asks, will I see you both at the Lyme Warrior Open?
I actually just got reminded today about the Lyme Warrior Open, which is this Saturday. I believe it's this Saturday.
Yeah.
And one round at Jones Gold. And
it's a doubles event, I believe.
Yeah, doubles event, and I'm seeing maybe if Danny's got some availability to play, or somebody else here at Dynamic. Just I'm looking for a partner. It looks like my schedule's going to work out to be able to play. So Jones Gold is a fantastic course to play. Of course, Eric McKay behind that design that utilizes both Jones East and Jones West, and it's a long course. It's a lot of fun, and yes, I do hope to be finding a partner for the Lyme Warrior Open.
Yes, and of course, Lyme Warrior, all that initiative is Derek Savory's kind of a way of bringing awareness to Lyme disease and how dangerous it can be of a disease to we as disc golfers go out to courses. Of course, there's fleas, not fleas, but ticks and stuff like that. You got to be real careful of that type of stuff. So, yeah, definitely. Cool.
Yeah. During Glass Blown Open, OGIO made a big announcement that we might as well talk about here while we're on air, and that is the fact that they are willing to, not just willing, but they are putting $25,000 cash into the Match Play World Championships sponsored by OGIO, presented by OGIO, and we are super excited about this event. We've opened up registration for the highest rated players that are out there, 1,000 and above for men, and I believe it's 920 and above for the women. We are opening that registration up to any and everybody. So that was something that we were not anticipating to do early on. We wanted to make sure that the top-rated players had first dibs on making sure that they had a chance to win $15,000 for first place. $15,000. I think that's the largest payout of any event in quite a long time.
Yes.
So $15,000 for the winner of the Match Play World Championships presented by OGIO, $10,000 for second place, which is a phenomenal amount. $5,000 for third, $3,000 for fourth, and then fifth through eighth in the match play are going to win $1,000. So check out discgolfmatchplay.com. Make sure you get signed up. We've got some of the best players signed up for this right now. Simon Lizotte, Ricky Wysocki, Nate Sexton, James Conrad. On the Dynamic Discs and Latitude crew, we've got AJ Risley, Jordan Castro, Chris Clemens, Dave Felberg, Eric McCabe, Eric Oakley, Jake Lauber, Peter McBride, Zachariah Johnson, and Paige Pierce. Got signed up today.
Nice.
She's wanting to show everybody what's up with match play, and I tell you what, I can see Paige making her way pretty far in match play. So make sure you get signed up. Again, discgolfmatchplay.com to figure out all the information, and make sure you get signed up right away.
Now, there was just real quick, if you're wondering, there was some confusion about some of the details. One of the biggest questions that I've seen out there on Facebook is people seem to think they have to be in Emporia, Kansas to play their match play. That's incorrect, right, Jeremy?
Totally incorrect.
Yes. You can play anywhere. It's between you and the person that you're matched up with. You guys determine what course you play, when you play. Of course, there's time periods of when you can play, but you decide when and where to play. And then it's not until you get to the semi and the finale that you actually come to Emporia, Kansas. But if you're trying for $15,000, I think you can make a little time to come out to Emporia,
I hope you can make it. I hope you
Yeah.
can make it to Emporia. And my guess is there's not going to be another event that has a larger payout.
Correct.
During October 30th, October 31st, and November 1st, which is when the
Absolutely.
semifinals and finals are happening.
Now, that is for the pro level World Championship presented by OGIO, but we also have an amateur match play championship going on as well.
Yeah, so the state finals are currently taking place for match play. I'm still a little bummed out and a little bit upset that I did not make it to the state finals, but that is what it is. I'm coming back for doubles, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the national, so state finals are taking place right now all across the country and in Canada. And then the national championships will be held in Emporia June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And the exciting thing about the finals is that every player that makes it to the to the national championships here in Emporia, when they show up, they're going to be handed an envelope that has $500 cash
Nice.
to help reimburse them for travel expenses, and they're going to be competing for a first place prize of 18 veteran baskets and tee signs and discs for life in our terminology, which is 20 years.
That's a lot of discs.
It is a lot of discs. 20 year, $500 a year for 20 years, plus that first year to get you all stocked up. We're going to be giving you $2,000 in online credit. So a lot of stuff happening there. And then second place is 9 veteran baskets plus tee signs. And then there's, of course, more prizes. So it's going to be an exciting event. And the national championships, June 22nd, 23rd, 24th here in Emporia. And then the other thing that's exciting about it, too, is obviously not everybody's going to – it's single elimination, so there's going to be a lot of players that get knocked out on Friday between round 1 and round 2. For those 54 players that don't advance to Saturday, we're going to be hosting them a B-tier event that they can play in as well, and
nice.
that'll be a free entry for them. And then we are opening the last few spots open to any players that want to get involved on the B-tier there. So United States Amateur Match Play Championships. Again, discgolfmatchplay.com. You can see all that information. With that being said, singles is concluding, and doubles registration is now open. And I'm going to get my redemption at doubles.
Wait, but who are you going to double with? Kevin?
Kevin.
Yeah, that's what I figured. The guy twice that you played in a match play. Yep.
Yeah, I played Kevin both brackets. Thankfully, I beat Kevin both times, and Kevin still has his job here. But we are going to partner up, and we're going to play in match play. Registration for that is now open. You know, we had over 250 singles brackets for match play, and I think that's something exciting. That's a lot of players, a lot of brackets. We want to see the same thing for doubles, and the same prizes are on the line, or I think even they're double the prizes. I'm not exactly sure on that. I need to look that up, but we'll talk about that next time. But make sure you get signed up. And some people have asked why we're giving out for the player pack. Players are getting the Fusion Burst Maverick and the Gold Burst Explorer. And people are asking why we're giving out the same thing that we already gave out for the singles. And our answer to that is we think the Maverick and the Explorer are some of the best discs that have been released in a long time between Dynamic and Latitude. And they are two staple discs in my bag. And we think that everybody needs an extra one. So, and most players are finding those 2 discs to fit in their bag, and some slot or another. So, the only way you can get those discs in Fusion Burst and Gold Burst is through the match play, and that'll be the only way to get them for the 2018 season. So, make sure you get signed up.
I know I need another one because I threw mine in the water at Peter Pan.
Why'd you do that, Bobby?
Because I hit a tree.
Fantastic.
Anyway, all right, so we got amateur match play. We got doubles registration open up. A lot of event stuff going on, but what else do we have? Something that some people know that we do. Some people maybe don't realize that we do, and that's course design. And I know we've got, just the other day I was doing some fun stuff on Instagram story. Hopefully you guys follow us. Just find Dynamic Discs on Instagram and follow us. But we had some stuff going out to, I think it was Michigan, Iowa, Texas. We had quite a few places that we're getting some baskets delivered to.
They're going all over. I cannot believe the number of courses that are going out across the United States now out of the Dynamic Discs warehouse here. And I'll tell you what, I think there's nothing more exciting than seeing courses get installed anywhere in the world. And it is just really cool to see us shipping out new courses every day, or multiple courses every day. And I think that's just exciting for the future of the sport. It's exciting for new communities that are getting disc golf for their first time. I know that I grew up in a community that did not have a disc golf course, and I didn't even know what disc golf was when I was growing up. And had I had a course, I'm sure that I would have figured out and played. But because I didn't have a course, I didn't go play. So McCabe has been busy designing courses all over here recently, and is this some of his list where he's been going?
Yes,
wow.
yes.
So, and I know he just left today. He flew down to Dallas. He's been to Minnesota, Nashville, Tennessee. Next month he's going to Alaska, New York. He is designing courses like a madman, and he's still pretty dang good at disc golf.
Yeah, he's gone to a lot. In fact, he came to me today because we were supposed to do Disc Golf Answer Man tomorrow, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to be here. I got some course design to do. But he's been gone a lot, I noticed, which is exciting and awesome. I know he is really pumped about going to Alaska. I mean, who wouldn't be pumped about going to check out Alaska? But he's really
this time of the year only.
Yes, this time of the year only. But, he's super excited about that for sure. Real quick, if you're just tuning in, this is a Dynamic Discs update with Jeremy Rusco, where he gives you updates on a lot of things that we're working on, events, other things, products, and stuff like that. But it's also a time for you to ask questions, and we can get it straight from the man himself, Jeremy Rusco. So, somebody had a question about the amateur play. For the amateur play events, I've noticed that players that have professional status can play. Is that because of their rating?
Say that one again.
Yeah. For the amateur match play events, I've noticed that players that have professional status can play because of their rating.
Yes, correct. As long as you're rated 970 or below 970. I don't know if it's 970 and below, or you have to be under 970. But anyway, yeah, you can be a professional as long as you're rated at 970 or under 970. You're able to play. Easy as that.
And then someone says, did I hear that the Toonie is going to be on U-Disc? The Toonie Open. I think I heard, but I'm not. That is really a Toonie Open question.
Yeah.
We'll
be there.
We'll be there.
We'll answer that in about a month.
Yeah. So, but I think I remember seeing something that might be a thing, but you can't hold me to that.
800 players.
8. That's going to be awesome. And we leave in what?
Europe.
When do we leave?
T-minus 1 month from today.
Good Lord. And we still have events going on between then and now. Let's see.
You got your passport ready? I just got my passport in the mail Saturday.
How did you? Oh, because
I had to renew my passport, and I got it in the mail. And Robert got rejected because he forgot to sign his form.
Sorry, Robert.
So
did he really get rejected?
Robert forgot to sign his, so he got sent back. And
if you're watching
last night I shot him a message. I sent him a picture of my passport, and I rubbed it a little bit.
I have to rub it in. If you know Robert McCall on Facebook, make sure you post on there. Say, hey bud, how's your passport?
How's that awesome. Expedited service?
That's awesome.
Moving on. So today, how about you got another question?
Well, no, yeah. Well, someone said something about Lucid X, and we'll actually get to that here in a few minutes because we have some information on that. And real quick, someone from UDisc is on the chat right now. He's watching the show, and he says that will be on UDisc. So
awesome.
So thank you for doing. Is that Josh on there or Anthony? Do you know?
Yeah, moving right along.
You can hear 18-second delay. So what do we have next? We let's see, St. Louis Cardinals versus the Royals game.
Yeah, so Justin Doan today. There's going to be over 200, maybe over 300 disc golfers that are hanging out at the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Kansas City Royals baseball game, and I think that's a pretty cool way to get the disc golf community together, all in one place to watch our favorite team here in Kansas, the Kansas City Royals. Even though they're on the Missouri side, they're still Kansas proud, and St. Louis Cardinals. So if you haven't planned to go to the game yet, venture on over there. You're going to see a bunch of disc golfers hanging out in the parking lot and hanging out in the stadium. And I'm guessing you can have a little last chance opportunity to reach out to Justin Doan. I know he's on Facebook, and just Justin at dynamicdisc.com, and he'll get you taken care of. So, yeah, that's happening today. And then speaking of another event at stadiums, we've got the Disc Golf Experience at Arrowhead Stadium coming up June 16th. And I'm excited to get in that stadium. That's my favorite football team. I love going to several events every year, and we're going to be throwing discs inside the stadium in just a couple weeks. So there are, I think I looked earlier today, somebody must have dropped out of VIP. Oh. There's one VIP player experience left, which is going to be an outstanding time, and throwing discs at the very end from the top of the stadium. So that's going to be just awesome. And I think there were like 6 more player spots that are open. But basically, we sold that thing out in no time at all. There's going to be over 500 players at the Disc Golf Experience at Arrowhead Stadium. Even if you don't want to play, or even if you can't get in, come out to the stadium, come say hi, come have a good time with us. And that's June 16th. Also this weekend, well, not also this weekend, but another event that's going on, something we've been waiting for a very long time, is the Trilogy Challenge.
Trilogy Challenge.
We have 51 events happening this weekend. This is the first weekend for the Trilogy Challenge to take place. And for $35, players get 3 amazing discs, which we'll go over here in a second. They get a shirt. They get a mini. Basically, they get everything that they need to play disc golf. So what we encourage tournament directors to do is to reach out beyond the normal disc golf playing community and get players involved for their first time. Oh, Robert's upset. Robert's been watching. Hey, how's that passport?
How's that passport?
Somebody just emailed me and said, "Hey, I your passport."
Yes. Social media, you're awesome.
Yes. Sorry, Robert.
Sorry.
Anyway, back to Trilogy Challenge. This is a great way for people to play disc golf for the first time because, again, they get everything they need for disc golf in a very casual format. Casual usually one round tournament format. There's 51 events going on around the world this weekend. There's currently 284 registered Trilogy Challenge events across the world, 41 states, 10 different countries, and I know there's going to get to be a lot more Trilogy Challenge events to get registered. So the 3 discs this year that we have are the Latitude 64 Musket, which is an amazing fairway driver. It's fast. It's got a lot of glide. It's got plenty of stability, but it's pretty neutral in flight all the way around. The Dynamic Discs Patrol, which is a understable mid-range disc. And it's really, I think it's something important for most people to know, is it's not really a disc that you're going to use all that often, most likely out in the open field, but it's going to be a disc that you're going to shape the fairway, tunnel shots, and get out of trouble shots. And then the Westside Discs Maiden, which has been one that many players are excited about. It's the putter. It's a very neutral putter. It feels great in the hand. And so, yeah, basically you get the 3 discs, you get the shirt, you get a mini, you get everything you need for disc golf for $35, and you get a chance to compete for additional prizes at the Trilogy Challenge. So check out trilogychallenge.com for all the information that you need and find a local event, and also get somebody out to play disc golf for the first time because they're going to get everything they need. And you should just pay for their entry, because it's the right thing to do.
Boom. And if you're curious about the disc before you go play a Trilogy Challenge, we did the Is This Disc Right For You today. The Musket just got released tomorrow, I believe, with the Patrol. And then after that will be the Maiden. Also, it's on the Facebook, the videos here on Facebook as well. And Anthony is working on his own review of the disc that will appear on his DG Weekly YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to that as well, youtube.com/DG Weekly, and you'll get his perspective on the 3 discs. And then I think even Chris Goodridge is putting stuff out on the disc. So a lot of information out there if you're kind of curious how they fly. But the best way to do it is to play a Trilogy challenge and get out there and throw them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, speaking of that Robert McCall guy,
can we talk about him more?
Sorry about your bad luck, Robert. But anyway, we did make a recent change here at Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64 and Westside Discs, and that is that we have put Robert McCall in charge as our team director for all 3 teams, and put Brian Shintaku, who has also been a part of Dynamic Discs here for a little while. He is our team manager to basically both Brian and Robert are going to help manage, coordinate, communicate with our 200-plus team members between all 3 companies. And then Timo Nissinen from Finland is going to manage the European team and international team. So some cool stuff happening there, and I'm really excited to see us provide a more consistent message to all 3 team members, provide better support for all 3 teams, and really give the players as many places to communicate as possible here at the warehouse, because ultimately if you're in the United States as a player, we need to support you from the Dynamic Discs headquarters here in Emporia, Kansas. So
absolutely.
That's that.
Well, we've got a few questions on here, Jeremy. Remember, if you got a question or two, if you want to ask Jeremy, put them in the comments below, and Anthony will grab them for us and relay them to me. But let's see. Someone asks, Hannibal asks, any future plans for an East Coast warehouse?
No.
Okay. we still got to build more here. We
Yeah,
gotta take care of it here.
There's a lot of challenges with growth. That really is a great question. You know, you see Innova, and they've got Innova East and Innova West. With that being said, we are located in the middle of the country, and there's a lot of advantages to that. There's also some disadvantages to that. But for us, really keeping everything under one roof is what I and we see as the most important thing for us, because it's a challenge to communicate and keep everybody on board with everything that's going on just in one building. Imagine 2 buildings, and even with that being said, we've got our Dynamic Discs retail store just across town, and there's just in those 8-minute drive or 9-minute drive or 5 seconds on the computer or text message or whatever, there's still communication challenges that happen between that. So I think there's too many challenges to really make it advantageous to have a East Coast or a West Coast distribution center. So, and I don't have any money, and that's that.
Well, when we do decide to open a warehouse in Florida, I'll be the first to put in my transfer, just to let you know. Next question is, will we see the amateur match play events break down even more by rating in the future, like how Next Gen did this year?
Well, this being the first year, that's a great question.
Yeah.
This being the first year, we're trying new things out. We're trying to make sure that we can support the match play, and we are learning some stuff, and we want to cater to as many players as possible. After we get the feedback for this year, we're absolutely going to see what we can implement for next year. Excellent.
One more question before we hit back on our items to talk about. Any info about Junior Worlds, the schedule of courses?
You know what? I had a meeting with Doug last week, and Doug is, now that Glass Blown Open is over, Doug is in full Junior Worlds planning, preparing, and you are going to see some stuff very soon for that. I actually want to look at, what is it, PDGAJuniorWorlds.com?
Yep, PDGAJuniorWorlds.com.
JuniorWorlds.com. Nope, I don't know what site I'm going to. Or JuniorWorlds.com, huh?
No, you put PDJA.
Oh, man, I can't get it right. Junior. But anyway, that stuff is coming together. Junior Worlds, right now we have more registered for Junior Worlds than any amateur and junior combined world championships. Awesome. So we are very excited for that. Doug's got me slated as a tournament director with Shane Klein. I got to pull out my tournament directing skills again for Junior Worlds Week, which is going to be super cool.
Book, huh?
Yeah, I know. I hope I don't have to make any rules calling.
Oh, yeah. If you go to pdjjuniorworlds.com, if you go to courses, there's some course information already put out there for you. So if you want to head out there, you can see some of the course information.
It's all up.
Yeah.
Final 9 layouts. So I would imagine the schedule. We went over all that stuff last week. So, again, this stuff's going to be coming out very soon. If it's not already, all completely live.
There's some stuff going out on the events. Yes, go to, again, pdjjuniorworlds.com, select the schedule of events page, and you'll see some stuff already put out there. I don't know if that's everything, but it sure looks like it's got quite a bit out there already. So, yeah.
Awesome. Look at that. That schedule is full. It's going to be awesome.
We're going to have
if you're a junior, come to Emporia. Come experience what this town's all about in the disc golf, and know that you're going to, as a junior, you're going to get catered like no other junior world championships you've been at. So come and have a great time. And know that Zuka has come on board as a major presenting sponsor. Zuka. They make carts.
Major sponsor. You can also, don't go yet because I've got to fill in some of the information because I didn't know this was out there yet. But we're also going to have a Junior Worlds mobile app. It's going to be a little different than the GBO one, but you'll still be able to keep up with things going on via your mobile device. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Very cool.
Let's see. What do we got next? So someone simply asked more Lucid X, and I think that'll tie into the next subject or the next thing we have going on.
So Lucid X is our team series fundraiser discs, and we have been very happy with the way that this has been able to generate some additional revenue for some of the touring sponsored players out there between Dynamic and Latitude. And those sold out very quickly, and they were only available on the Dynamic Discs website and through L64 Customs. But we have just opened up a pre-order program for all of our retailers to pre-order all of the discs between the 4 that Dynamic Discs have or is going to have, and the 5 that Latitude 64 has. Do you happen to have that graphic, Bobby? Probably not.
Oh, yeah, actually I do. I forgot I grabbed
it
too.
But basically we've got, and these are the original stamps, but you're going to see on the screen that Bobby just pulled up, and now nobody can even see me, so I can
well, you said
do fun things. No, that's great. That's so you'll see there's the Paige Pierce Convict, the Eric Oakley Felon, the Melton Maverick.
Woo! I'm excited about that Maverick.
Yeah, and the EMAC Trespass, which people just have been going crazy for. And then there are the 5 discs for Latitude 64, and that you can see them right there. I'm not going to go through and talk about them, but if your retailer has not pre-ordered them just yet, you should remind them that they need to make sure that they get those discs so that you can pick them up at retail stores across the country. Or across the world, really, because they're going to be available for any store that wants to pre-order them. And I think the pre-order shuts down very soon. So,
and if your store doesn't carry us at all, and you're the one that gets them to put it in the store, you get, what do you get? I forgot.
$100 credit.
$100 credit to the store.
That's like 5 of those for free.
Yeah. So make sure that they're carrying our products for sure.
Yeah, it's a great way to support our touring players, and ultimately at the end of the day, there's only so many players right now that are able to tour and play disc golf professionally full-time, and this is just one more way for us to provide more support for them.
All right, what do we got next, Jeremy?
Last week we just got some feedback back. We entered into one of the Inc. 500, which is a big publication magazine, best places to work contest. Unfortunately, we weren't chosen as the best place to work. But what we learned out of the deal is we were one of the I don't know if you want to say finalists or whatnot, but we were a very good company to work for. And what we learned is that 90% of our employees are highly engaged here at Dynamic Discs, or very highly engaged, and that 8% are moderately engaged, and then there's just
we won't talk.
There's 98% of us that are super pumped and excited to work at Dynamic Discs, and I think that's really cool because as a work organization that has 50 people, that's a lot of people to keep happy and keep engaged, and I think it's really cool to get that feedback because this was an independent survey for our staff to fill out, and it was really cool to see the feedback for that, and I guess. For the many families that have moved, or individuals like Anthony that moved from Portland, or Danny that moved from Arkansas, or Bobby that moved from Oklahoma, or the many others that have moved here to Emporia to come to work at Dynamic Discs. I think it's really cool to see that we've got a great place to come to work to every day.
Thankfully, Robert was able to move here without his passport.
Yeah, no kidding.
If that would have been the case, he would have been able to
He would have got shut down at the border.
Oh.
Sorry, Robert. Moving right along to some Handeye Supply. We've had some people ask about the latest with Handeye Supply. The first monthly subscription service just went out. I know a lot of people were super excited about the packages that they got for that. And that was, of course, our first month to do it. Crispin is actually here today. He's been here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You didn't see him? Sorry.
I felt some creativity.
Yeah, that's what I know.
In the building.
He was working hard all day long with our graphics team and with Chris and with AK, everybody that's here, with the Hot Stamp crew.
Are you allowed to show that?
With the Dymax crew. Oh, yeah, while we're messing around. They were all kinds of different fun concepts.
We can show these? These are kind of cool.
Sure, why not? Yeah, and so anyway, next month, get signed up for the monthly subscription service if you want some cool exclusive items. Crispin is one of the most talented designers that is just, he's got a super cool, super unique way of doing, isn't that one awesome?
Yeah, it's got the little, what's that guy called?
Satellite runner.
Satellite runner.
That's really Crispin running. It's not.
I was like, what?
So anyway, know that some cool stuff's coming with that, and know that we are excited to continue to work with Crispin and Handeye Supply, Physics of Flight Bureau, to bring to you some more cool things for your disc golf collection or your bag. Yeah, aren't they just, it's all fun. Dymax, dual hot stamp, all kinds of funky stuff happening. And then moving on to some, I know we got to wrap this thing up, some Westside updates. Special edition war horses and anvils are available or have been available for just a little bit now at buyback retail stores across the country. So if you're looking for the war horse or the anvil in the special edition plastic, which is very limited and special edition, make sure you go check out your nearest buyback retail store and pick those up right away. And we do have the first run anvil and warhorse that will be available this coming Friday at your retail stores or your favorite online disc golf retailer. So check out those this coming Friday at 11 a.m. for the first run warhorse, which is a very overstable distance driver, a wide rim driver. If you don't throw very far, you're not going to get much distance out of it. But if you can throw 400 or 500 feet, you're going to get that thing to fly. And then the anvil is just a super beefy mid-range, super overstable mid-range that's has flight characteristics very similar to the Justice, but does not have the bead. So for a lot of people, they prefer to not have the bead. It's a little bit more comfortable. We've had some more apparel coming in for Westside, some more hats, and we mentioned about the Westside Discs backpack that we are in the prototyping phase of. The prototype kind of came. We'll say it maybe didn't even make it all the way here. We're expecting the next round sample. It wasn't up to the quality that we wanted it to be, is basically what I'm trying to get at. The next round sample should be here next week. So we are working on that backpack. It's not that we forgot about it. All this stuff takes time to produce a quality product, and that'll be coming out hopefully for the holiday season, if not sooner.
Excellent. Let's see. That's all we have on our list, but we have a few questions that we can get to. Did you talk about? Wait a minute. Did you talk about the Chasing the Chains magazine at the very beginning?
No.
Oh, I
during Glass Blown Open.
I wanted to show everybody. Let me show.
Oh, show them.
No, yeah, because.
So during the Glass Blown Open, all the players,
really cool.
All the players got our third release or our third edition of the Chasing the Chains magazine, and it's got Ricky and Paige on the cover. Obviously, last year's world champions.
I'd say it turned out really cool.
And it did turn out really cool.
Yeah.
There are so many awesome articles in this. I tell you what, it's just the content in this magazine, the photography. It is just a great magazine with a lot of material, a lot of content. And the Disc Golf Strong.
Yep. Some stretches and exercises in there.
Yep. Check it out. Chasing the Chains magazine. Quality product, quality production.
All right, so someone asks, Michael asks, I saw Jeremy testing out a cart a couple of months ago. What's up with that?
What is up with that?
What's up with that?
Yeah, that is a fun cart, a great cart. I know a lot of people want that cart, and we are working to get that finalized and get that. I
don't even know if
available.
I remember it.
It was a little shorter, a little wider, had a bag in it.
Oh, that's right.
It's pretty cool. If you like carts.
Alex asked, will we see the disc golf experience expand to college campuses?
Good question.
I don't know if we've ever thought of that angle.
We have.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
some people have thought of that angle then, apparently.
Ultimately, it depends on where the players want to go. It was, we did the first 3 years at AT&T Stadium, and it was exciting to see just how many people wanted to come and throw discs inside that stadium. We went to Nashville, Tennessee last year, and then this year, obviously, going to Arrowhead Stadium, and we're always working on something.
Always working on something. Let's see. Any news on your hometown course design for Great Bend, Kansas?
I am not in the inner loop on that, but I sure hope that thing gets redesigned to avoid the dog park, and I know that's part of the deal. And I'm sure it's only going to be better.
Pete wants to know, you guys coming to Pocono Raceway? I'm assuming.
I haven't got my invite
from Mike Salt.
Yeah, Mike, give me an invite. Maybe we'll talk about coming.
I'm not sure. We haven't.
Did you get one, Bobby?
No, I didn't get one.
I know we always got an open invite. I hope we can make it again this year. I don't know what's on the schedule. I don't know when it is. I know Mike Salt's busting his butt. And I might have heard rumor that this could be the last year for Pocono, for at least might take a year off or maybe more. So when you do see registration open up for that, get signed up, because I know Mike's planning even more things or different things with the event, and being at Pocono Raceway is really cool. And Mike told me part of the deal he's working on is a driving experience for everybody that goes there.
Man,
so I know,
because every time we say went, we were like, we need to do the driving thing.
How about those go-karts?
We're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, I can't talk about the go-karts.
We can't talk about the go-karts. Steeler Doug wants to know, when will volunteers be notified for Junior Worlds? No email has been received yet.
Jackie still probably got the glass blown open volunteer customer service hangover. And I'm sure Jackie will be getting back in touch with the volunteers soon. And Steeler Doug, I'm assuming you're wanting to be a volunteer, and thank you for volunteering. And thank you to all the volunteers who helped make the glass blown open an amazing experience for everybody, and all the volunteers who are going to help out with the Junior World Championships.
Excellent. Well, that's all the questions we have in the queue. Mr. Rusco, was there anything that we didn't talk about that we need to talk about?
I think that's it. Next episode is going to be the third Monday. I believe it's the third Monday of May.
Will we be here?
May 18th.
Today's May.
I hope we're here.
Is May.
We're July 18th, June 18th.
I don't know.
June 18th, hopefully.
We're going to be out of town.
We're going to be here.
You sure?
Don't you worry.
June 18th. Oh, yeah, we'll be here. Yes, that's the next one. June 18th.
I put May instead of June.
Yeah,
June. We're
next week we're leaving for Huya.
Huya.
Finland. Huya's running
for Finland, for Europe, for good times. Yeah, that's all we got. We're always working on something.
Yep.
And make sure, if you've got some other questions, feel free to fill the comments in, and we'll get back to them next week.
Absolutely.
Or next month.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.